Hey everyone. Okay, so yesterday, I'm not sure if you live in California or not, but yesterday, Southern California experienced the 23rd anniversary of the Northridge earthquake. Okay, I've been a Southern California native or resident for my whole life. Basically, I was born and raised in Southern California. So in 1994, when the Northridge earthquake hit, I was pretty young, but it really impacted my life. It was a very, very, very traumatic experience. Growing up in the San Fernando Valley and then experiencing something like that, it really changes pretty much your outlook on everything. It was a very intense experience. So, with the anniversary of the Northridge earthquake being yesterday, January 17th, I wanted to discuss with you guys what a major earthquake, could possibly mean for Disneyland Resort in general. This is something that honestly, a lot of people don't want to think about. And understandably so, I don't want to think about, Disneyland, getting destroyed in an earthquake. This is a place that, if you're subscribed to my videos and my channel, you have a lot of passion for this place. You don't want to think about it getting destroyed in an earthquake. It's depressing, it is. It's very depressing. So, but, hey, look, it's Southern California. It's reality. So we have earthquakes here. Major earthquakes happen every few years or every 20 years or so. So the possibility of a major quake hitting the Orange County area near Disneyland is very likely, very possible. So it's something that I really wanted to discuss with you guys, being that the 23rd anniversary of the quake was yesterday. So this is basically my thoughts on it, my concerns, my worries in regards to the topic. When Northridge earthquake hit, in 1994, it was, I believe, a 6.9 earthquake. For those of you that are not in California, that is a major earthquake. Major earthquake. I was actually living in Northridge when that quake hit. And I was like 13 or 12 at the time, and it was a beast. It was a monster. I couldn't even stand up. The ground was shaking so hard. Now, mind you, from Northridge to Anaheim, where Disneyland is, it's about 55 or 60 miles away. So I felt it a whole lot worse in Northridge at the epicenter than Disneyland in Anaheim felt it. There's quite a bit of distance there. It's in like an hour drive. But that doesn't mean that a big earthquake will never hit Disneyland. It doesn't mean a big earthquake won't hit Anaheim or Santa Ana or Westminster or Garden Grove or somewhere in that area. So this video is dedicated to what happens. What happens if a major quake hits the Disneyland area? Now, I have friends that are cast members. I've experienced, I've interacted with cast members. I've experienced, the cast members at the park and whatnot. And I have really no concern in regards to the cast members getting people that are in the park in an earthquake to safety. I have really no doubt that Disney has trained the cast members in that circumstance. So this video isn't gonna really focus on that aspect of it. Okay, it's not gonna focus on the aspect of the safety aspect, the human aspect of the earthquake. It's gonna focus more on the actual park itself. What happens when we have an earthquake? What areas of the park am I worried about? Now, first and foremost, I'm just basically going to get this out of the way. I'm not worried about California Adventure at all. At all. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like California Adventure or that I don't care about California Adventure. it's not that. I actually really love California Adventure, and I love it even more since they remodeled it a few years ago. But I'm not worried about California Adventure because the park is pretty much brand new. I mean, the oldest buildings at California Adventure are from 2001. Okay, yeah, that was 15, 16 years ago, but for the most part, they meet earthquake, building codes and whatnot. It's 15 years ago, but it's still fairly recent, okay? The park I'm worried about is Disneyland Park, okay? Now, the reason I'm worried about Disneyland Park is because, number one, the obvious, it's older. It's much, much older. Disneyland Park was built in the 1950s, okay? In the mid-1950s. Now, comment below if you're in this business or if you're aware of it. But as far as I know, the current California law for earthquake retrofitting and whatnot is basically, if you're building a new structure, okay, you have to follow the earthquake code, the guidelines, the regulations, and whatnot. Older structures, though, don't have to be altered for that new code. So something like, for example, the Matterhorn at Disneyland was built in 1959. They wouldn't have to retrofit that building or that structure because it's already existing. But a new building that they're putting in, like say for Star Wars Land, would have to meet the earthquake codes. So my fear, we have a lot of buildings, a lot of iconic buildings at Disneyland Park. A lot of these structures are not just buildings to a lot of us. They're icons. They hold a lot of emotional value with a lot of fans. Okay, we have the Matterhorn. We have the monorail, which was built in 1959, the track. We have Pirates of the Caribbean. We have all the Fantasyland dark rides. We have Pirates of the Caribbean and Small World. All of these attractions were built in the 1950s or in the 1960s. Okay? That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago for them, for those buildings to be sitting there. As far as I know, and look, I follow Disneyland very closely. Okay? They've repainted the castle a million times for the 50th. I think they repainted it for the 60th. They've done all these cosmetic things to Main Street and all these other icons, but have they ever retrofitted it? Have they? I don't know. I really don't know. Have they ever dug the foundation up of the castle and actually retrofitted it for earthquakes? Have they dug the foundations up for Main Street and retrofitted those buildings for earthquakes? Have they done the same for the Matterhorn or Pirates? Honestly, I don't know. But following the parks as much as I do, I don't think they have. I don't think they have. And I don't think they have to. Now, that has me really worried. Really worried. These are attractions and these are buildings that are iconic to Disneyland, iconic to Disney fans. Could you imagine, worst case scenario, knock on wood a million times, but can you imagine if we had a major earthquake in Orange County and the castle was destroyed? Can you imagine that? Yeah, Disneyland, I'm sure, has a great insurance policy on that structure. They have $1 billion. They can rebuild it. But that's terrible, man. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, that castle that we currently have right now is the castle that Walt oversaw. He built that castle. He built Pirates. He built the Matterhorn. He built the monorail. I would be really depressed if any of these structures were destroyed and had to be rebuilt because of an earthquake. Very depressed. So yeah, I have a lot of concerns, a lot of worries in regards to earthquakes and Disneyland. I really do. I'm really concerned about the castle in particular. Is it up to code? I have no idea, but I don't think they've done anything with it. I haven't seen them dig up the foundation or put earthquake, whatever, retrofitting on that structure. I don't think they have. It worries me. I'm not worried about guest safety. I know the cast members. I trust them 1,000%. The cast members, if you guys are watching this, I love you guys. You guys do an amazing job day in and day out. You guys are fantastic. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the actual structures. Okay, I just don't believe these structures have been altered for future earthquake code, and they don't have to be. I don't think by law they have to be. But as a Disney fan, I'm concerned about that because I want to see the castle last for 60, 70, 80 more years. I want to see the Matterhorn last for another 100 years. I want to see the monorail track and the monorail last for generations to come. I want to see all these things continue in their current form for generations. As a child, I grew up in that, and I want future generations to experience the same thing. So that's my big concern. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they have been retrofitted and everything is up to par, so we don't have this problem later on. But that's pretty much where I stand on the situation. It is a concern of mine, and with the earthquake, the 23rd anniversary of Northridge earthquake, just yesterday, it's been on my mind. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think? I mean, is Disneyland, are the icons like the castle, pirates, Matterhorn, submarines, all that, are they at risk for a major earthquake? Or am I totally overblown? Am I paranoid? Should I not be worried about this? What are your thoughts? Post them below. Let me know what you think. I appreciate all the support. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Comment below, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.